Hey, what's up, everybody? Can somebody say if they hear me out there? Give me a thumbs up or something. Sorry, I'm a little late. I was actually doing this um, because we had a tax thing scheduled for tonight, but a cancellation. But now it's back together, and that'll be happening after this. So 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific will be the tax thing with Ron and Teresa. So um, can somebody, hey, what's up, Lisa? Can somebody just put a thumbs up in there or an A-OK or something that you can hear me? Because I'm on these. What's up, Beacon? Oh, okay. Thumbs up. So those are okay, okay, okay. What's up, everybody? Let me make sure you guys got a view. So if you're not familiar with brewing, I have the ingredient shop that we have here in Denver that I shop at shut down. It closed during the pandemic. There's a couple others, but this place was so awesome. So I've got some other ingredients I'm using, and I just kind of took uh, inventory of everything I have, hoping on three batches, but really only going to be able to pull off two, and they're both going to be Saisons. Um, Let me see which one we're going to do first. We're going to do um, I'm going to do the lemon drop, and then I'm going to do the ginger saison, and both are testing super high. Okay, so first I've got 2.5 water or gallons of water boiling over here, um, and or about to boil. It'll take a little bit here. Normally I would do this outside. They have it's called the Dark Star 2.0, but it's a propane burner specifically made to get the temperature up to 170 very quickly. But it's windy, it's cold outside, and I don't think that would work today. Wouldn't have been the perfect day. Plus, I don't know if I have any propane left. So while this is getting boiling, I'm gonna dump out these carboys since they won't be needed during this first stage. But I have used Star San. If you guys have ever worked in a restaurant back in the kitchen, you know what this is. Be safe with this stuff. But it works like nobody's business, especially when you're working with yeast and other things. Um, oh wait, I should put this link in here. Hey, what's up, Kim? Just making some beer. Um, we'll put this link in if anybody wants to join me, because then you'll be able to talk to me. Because there's gonna be some of the time I'll be standing away from it. So, um, hey, what's up, Mort? What's up, Driven Dad? What's up, Rodney? All right, there's a StreamYard link. I will try and see it when I see it, guys. Um, so I can kind of see you guys. Okay, guys. So first thing we got to do is once this is boiling, we got to steep our grains for 20 minutes. Let's see, mango, lemon, excuse me 1 second, guys. Always put the sock around the top of these, unless you normally I would have my grain pourer, and this would be more than just buying individuals. But if you are buying individuals, get it on here, tip it. It's gonna slowly come out. So there's our steep. That's our grain. There's your steep bag. We'll turn you a little bit this way. Hey, what's up, Tony?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
Beer, dude. I was gonna do it outside today. You probably know today's a very nice day here in Colorado.
Yeah, 50 degrees, but it feels like 80.
Yeah, it was perfect, but then for some reason, and I didn't think so, the wind started kicking up, and there was no way I was gonna do it because it's not about like this my outdoor uh, uh, boiler won't go out in the wind, but it's just debris that could go into the wort.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have this tax thing scheduled for tonight, and it was needing to get bumped, and now it's back on. So I got to get this done, and then I got to get those two people together. So I'll be on twice, but this one was for fun, man. Because I had the other one scheduled, I was like, I have to do this. Some of the ingredients were going to go bad.
Might as well.
Yeah. By the way, anybody who's watching, so this is how the best brewers do it: is I mean, clearly when you're done, you break everything down and you clean it the best you ever have. Um, but
Steve, you might want to minimize my part of the screen. There you go.
So yeah, so when you want to clean these as soon as you're done, and you want them to be able for resale, like they've never been used when you're done. But then when you're going to use them, you want to clean them again. You want to let them dry. Like these are going to have to be rinsed a few more times before this all comes out the acetone. But then you want to sit these aside because these are going to be used for 2 weeks. Because first they're going to go into the fermenter. So we're going to get all this done. Seems I got some boiling water. Maybe I can split the burners here. Once this starts going, there will be some action.
Hey, Steve, maybe you know this or not. Is DUH supposed to show the para info?
Um, they do work simultaneously together, if that's what you're asking.
I mean, when para was first like getting
Right.
big,
That it used to do that in DUH.
it was integrated on the message screen that DUH brings up with all the details. But I can't
Right.
get it to do that.
Um, yeah, that might be because of the update. That's a good
Maybe
question.
I need to check my para one because I uninstalled DUH and reinstalled it and it didn't change anything. But maybe it's the para version I have.
Yeah, you can always too. You can always hit Gary up. He'll hit you back pretty quick.
Yeah, today's the first time I've logged into DoorDash in a while.
Right. Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, we got a round table on Thursday where I'll have Gary there so I can ask him. But if you want to, you can always. It's Gary at MiddletonTech.com. He's actually super quick to get back to you.
Cool. I'll shoot him an email.
Yeah, but yes, that did used to do it, um, but I actually don't. I don't know if I've even asked him about that. It's a good question.
Well, I asked him on either yours or Flex's stream last week, and he was like, "Do you even use my app?" Assuming that he meant that it should be working like that. I mean, I wasn't using the app because I wasn't using DoorDash either, but
Right.
Para is a app store app, right?
Yeah.
All right, I'll just go in there and make sure it's updated.
Sorry, guys. Normally this would be a lot quicker when I'm outside. I can't. I forget how long this takes inside. This takes like 5 minutes to get up to my temperature outside. That's all this thing was meant to do. This thing I have is just to bring warts up to temperature that quick. Hey, Marissa. Hey, Nick. Hey, Nick. I just said, hey, Beacon, but Nick's in here too. Um, let's see. What was I saying? Why are you not wearing overalls? That's just for shining, man. In Michigan, I'd have to. My cousins would beat my ass. They saw me doing stuff like this without overalls.
But you're in the CO now.
Yeah, I'm safe.
I don't know
Dude,
if
I've
I've
never
ever
been
seen
more.
anybody wear.
I've never been less safe than around my cousins, though. What? And then drone. What's that thing flashing in the chair? That's the music. That's the speaker. I guess it's on the screen right now. Yeah, there. That's the speaker.
Oh yeah, Steve, about Pete's on Thursday. We're gonna have to do that the next week because we're doing our anniversary dinner on Thursday, and we're eating at an all-you-can-eat steakhouse.
Oh yeah,
Fogo de Show. So I want to be fasting all day.
yeah, dude. Let's actually. This week's really gotten pretty busy for me too. I had a dentist appointment today that got rescheduled, and then when I thought we were rescheduling the thing tonight, I just decided to do this because I needed a breakaway from thinking about gig economy and all that crap all the
Oh man, and I'm bringing it up. I'm
time.
sorry.
No. I just mean like I needed something like this.
Oh yeah, get your
I needed an actual just task to get out of my head
got
and
it.
then know that everybody out there knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna go back on mute so I can unplug this car and go do this order.
Ride upstate. What's up, John? How you doing? I'm actually emailing the other two people for the round table right now because I connected with them through off Facebook, which I think you know, John. I hate Facebook. and all its groups and everything. But yeah, so we're still counting on you to be that third man. So that'll be coming together soon.
I got my new social media activated today.
Oh, yeah, for what?
The truth one.
The truth?
Truth social.
Oh, okay. Wait, are you talking about dumpling?
No, Donald
Oh.
Trump's social media.
Oh.
I don't know anybody on there, so but I don't have anything going on.
On where? On dumpling?
No,
Oh,
on
on
the
True
social
Social,
media.
yeah. Who does? Who knows anybody
Yeah,
on
dumpling.
social
I'm
media?
still doing the dumpling university thing because
I mean, to be honest, though, like I
I'm
used to have
gonna
that opinion,
I'm gonna get
but
you
the pandemic has really made me close with a bunch of them.
of what?
Like this being through the pandemic and just
What
YouTube
opinion?
creators and such that I'm not just kind of like friendly with online, that I've actually become friends with. So
Oh yeah.
in a much bigger way than I would have in the past pre pandemic.
Yeah, I feel like this StreamYard tool is kind of connected people a lot better too.
Here we go. So I need 20 minutes.
But as far as dumpling, I still need to finish the university thing and finish setting up my account. I ordered the cards,
Oh yeah.
so they should be in the mail. So I can, when they get here, I should be able to do my test run on myself, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm doing I've actually, like, I'm waiting to do my video reveal, but I'm just waiting because I got to have one more conversation with Joel because mine's a little more of a beta test. I mean,
Oh,
it's
okay.
gonna go well. It's just a beta on how much I can do. So we were
Right.
both still kind of putting together expectations and like, hey, um, like, will I be able to do this? And so far it's been all yes, but we took the weekend and we really put together some lists. Like I probably have 3 times as much on it now, and I don't even know if I'll do it. I just want to know. So we're just kind of setting the stage before I try this because it's kind of something he's allowed but not advertised with dumpling.
Uh-huh.
As people come to him one thing at a time, though, I'm gonna kind of go after a bunch of things at once and see if
Yeah.
that model works, and then works as an example on kind of what he's trying to allow people to do.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if I could run some ride share through it or whatever, private
So
driving.
I don't know if you ever listened to if you ever go back in my audio podcast, it's number 28 or 30. It's 28 or 30, so it's way back.
Uh-huh.
But I did an interview with Joel, and at the time they were doing rideshare testing in LA.
Yeah, not necessarily ride sharing, but like,
No, but for yourself, like the way we're talking
yeah,
about, like your clients and how the
yeah,
insurance and
because
everything would work. So
definitely like the thing that I'm stuck on is trying to get everything. Like, how do you get your license if you don't have the, like, if you don't own the vehicle? You know what I mean? Because the
yeah,
PUC wants you to submit your vehicle's registration, and it's not in my name. But do I replace that with my agreement that I signed with the guy that I'm leasing it from?
yeah, I don't know. That's the rideshare question's a big one of mine when I do talk to Joel, because not that I'm looking to do it again, but on a dumpling platform basis, that's a different story.
Yeah,
Because
because it's a payment
there's absolutely some
portal.
select people I would drive around.
Yeah, and using that as a payment portal so they can get a receipt and everything. You
Right.
know what I mean? I mean, I guess I could technically use like QuickBooks or something, but and there's that other one. Have you heard of it? That Harry had an interview with the Swoops and Moves guy.
What is it?
Swoops and
Oh
Moves.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Have you interviewed with those guys yet?
With swoops?
Yeah,
No.
that might be somebody you interview with because they're doing like um, basically private limo type business software. So Uber drivers can also subscribe and have a booking format in an app and everything. I'm gonna mute so I can go on this store and not get you demonetized.
Hey, what's up, Chad? Check this out, dude. I think I've showed you this before. So this is my recipe book of brews that I'm actually making for my son. And I know that you like brewing and beers, so I'm sure you're familiar with this book because it's like the Bible of brewing for real. Um, yeah, if you guys are looking to get beyond just basic kits and you want to start like having some fun fooling around with brewing, this is the book right here. So yeah, for those of you out there who don't know brewing well, I will tell you what, it used to be less, but as I try harder recipes and stuff, I gotta tell you, and I don't know why this is. It sure seems like even more time goes into my cleaning. I swear, it's at least 2/3 of brewing time is cleaning. It's just, it's that cleanliness is next to godliness thing, huh? Everything's gotta be so clean, and it takes a while to get it right.
Yeah, you don't want Gordon Ramsay coming to your kitchen and looking at it a mess, huh?
I don't even think I'd want Gordon Ramsay in my house.
Not if he's trying to critique you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to give me like a suitcase of money,
Yeah.
he can come over for dinner. But otherwise,
Yeah, so I ended up finishing the week yesterday at $3,100.
wow, with how many hours?
That was a double week there. Basically, 72 hours.
Okay. So what do you think it would have been at 50?
Well, I have to look at it again and see what I was at on
Or let
Thursday.
me ask you this:
Thursday, I was at like 45 I was at 45 hours on Thursday, and I was at like 1,700.
So that's my question. What was your worst day where you worked a long day? How many hours was it? And if you took that day out of how many hours you worked,
Uh-huh.
then how many hours would the week have been, and how much less would you have made from that day?
I would probably say that if I would have drove the right hours, it wouldn't have taken as long. But when you're working that many days, it's like sometimes you gotta sleep in.
Right.
And so I was doing some food delivery towards the end of the week where, I don't stack the money up as fast, but I stack the trip counts up faster. So it's kind of a trade off, I guess.
But why does that matter if you're getting I don't, dude, I really don't ever. I've only like, I work the other platforms, and I'll do any of them. I hate Instacart,
Right.
and I'll do the food ones, but I prefer like a Shipt, even though that's considered food too. Like, I can avoid food on Shipt, and I can get great orders. I can do some food, but it just works out as a lot of Target mainly, and then
Right.
Curry's good in my area and other ones. But like, why does the amount matter? How many you're taking?
Oh, for those Uber promo bonuses.
Oh, oh, you're talking about rides.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
oh, oh, oh.
your Uber Eats counts towards those trips.
Oh, it does.
Yeah. You just
But
can't do
you
more
can't get a
Uber
driver
Eats.
bonus on just Uber Eats though.
Yeah, you can, but if you do that for 2 weeks in a row, then they'll switch you to Uber Eats bonuses instead of ride bonuses.
Oh.
Because that happened to me in January, and that sucked. Yeah, for the shopping one, since I'm always down in the Park Meadows area, I switched to Walmart Spark because there's only like 2 Walmarts in this area, and their shop and delivers are like usually 15 items or less, and you're still making like $35 to $40. I don't do
Right.
the pickup ones where it's only pickup because you get there and then you have to wait for 15 more minutes till they're ready to give you the order. And the people tip less on those for some reason. I guess maybe they filter the ones that have bigger tips for the driver to do the shopping so they can earn the tip, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm just guessing at that. I did one shift and I made $14 on a order that took like 4 items, but they were out of stock on 2 of them.
You're not getting the good Shipt.
Well, yeah, I don't have it up and running as my main thing.
Well, you don't need to.
When
You just check it. Unless I like, if I totally am devoting my time to Shipt,
Right, I
then
haven't had that.
then I'll just kind of. But then it's like, I do it because it's nonstop for me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I go to the Stapleton Target,
Uh-huh.
and I'll have short runs to go do, and then I come back there. There's another one or three, and that's
What
a
I'll
crappy
probably
thing too.
do,
You can't grab a bunch of them.
right.
Like, we all talk
What I'll
about
probably
hating
do,
stacked, like, low paying gigs, but dude, I would love it if when I get to Stapleton, there's three targets, like 20 items each. I could handle that.
yeah.
Just let me grab them all.
Yeah, that's the thing too on Walmart is like you can get a good order, but then that's the only order you get. When there's another one there because we pick from sometimes up to like 3 offers at a time, and they're like 10 or less items, I could do all of those in less than an hour, you know?
Jesus.
But what I'll do is one of these times where my wife is doing the dinner rush on DoorDash is I'll just pull up shipped at home because we're not that far from a Target, and
Yeah, that's what I am too. I'm not far at all from
try that out.
Stapleton, or from not, I'm sorry, not Stapleton, Northfield.
Oh yeah, Northfield.
Northfield,
What
right
did
there
they
by
rename
that.
Stapleton to Central Park or something like that?
Yeah, but everybody I know still calls it. I don't live in Stapleton, dude. My,
Right.
I live, I live on the other side of the tracks. I live, I live. Actually, dude, my neighborhood's way cooler. All Stapleton is pop-up houses and stuff, but I
Right.
live on the other side of Quebec. You know, and, so it's kind of like what would it be? East Park Hill,
Okay.
or not Park Hill? What am I thinking? Basically, right behind the Denver Performing Arts School, high school,
Okay. Yeah.
on Montview in Quebec.
Right. Right.
I'm right over there. I'm like literally
Closer
there.
to the on the closer to the side that takes you to downtown.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on the other side of Quebec. No, I'm on. Yeah, I'm no, I'm just behind the school in that neighborhood, so I'm not between Montview and Colfax. I'm like
Oh,
two
okay.
north of Montview,
Got it.
so I can hear the gunfire in the distance. But I've lived closer to the gunfire downtown Denver before.
Right. Because that lead doesn't that lead right into
What's up, B-Mike? What's up, Flex? Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. When I lived at what is that neighborhood called? It's kind of Sloan's Lake, but not. It's kind of it's I don't know, probably like I don't even remember the street names, but like we were like one behind. We were one north of Colfax, and about 10 blocks or 15 blocks on Colfax west of the Broncos, and then like
okay.
one block north, and
All right. Yeah.
that's gunfire land, dude.
Yeah, well they
Like
changed all
that's
that to
you
like
can't get to
the
you can't
highlands
get to
and low
sleep
high and
without
all
you
that.
can't get to sleep without the gunfire because you're like something's wrong.
Have you been there lately? They like I don't know how they get all
Yeah,
these hipsters to move to these apartments, but man, I'm like, you're
well,
living
because
in
they
a
put like
dangerous
that
neighborhood.
Alamo they put that Alamo theater there where you can go have drinks and watch a movie, and they put like you know that mid range but still very pricey because it's Denver, like condo type living situations in that neighborhood where they could. I've actually delivered there a few times because I noticed they have these plots of land where they're really trying to maximize that land space as much as you possibly can.
That's enough of my covered in here.
Because you can tell they only get one, two, three people buying out, or um, to sell their houses. So you got to get these people to move. All right, all right. So that's it for the steep. Okay, guys, so that hit 176. That's about 6 higher than I wanted to be, but Tony's on the line. He can tell you that here in Colorado, sometimes we got to change our directions a little bit with cooking. Some things take a little longer, some things take a little less than are ever written on the directions. And, oh, man. Here it comes. Hey, Mike, what's up? No, I am making two saisons. The first one's a lemon drop, and then and because I have enough ingredients, I'm going to do a ginger saison too. So the total will be 10 gallons of beer when I'm all done with the two batches. Hey, Flex, what's up? Why don't you jump on here? I can't look over at the thing enough. All right, guys. So we steeped the grains for 20 minutes. We put in the malt, and it's running about 170 degrees. It's stirred. So at this point, it is called wort. If you don't know, this is now the wort. WORT. Oh, do I have enough? Sure. Okay. So, all right. It looks like I am a little short of what I need. So, but I'm still going to be okay. Oh wait, no, I got it. I got it. I got it. I'll just split the bag and put half in now. So I'm going to take. I'm going to let's see. Okay. So I'm putting in some pretty 10 gallons. Yes, 10 gallons. I'm putting in. I'm going to use about half an ounce. The recipe says it can be. It says 4/10 of one, but this is an ounce, so we'll pull about half the bag into it. Oh, good. I don't know. Sometimes if you don't put quite enough in, and this is a new recipe. So the ginger saison I'm going to make is the one I did for my friend's anniversary last winter. 2 winters ago? I don't know. COVID's got it all screwed up. 2 winters ago. Winter 2020. So I already know that recipe is tight. So that's the second one I'm doing. It's a little quicker, but this is the new one. And we'll see. So stay there. Anybody know what the bucket is called before we get to the carboy? Anybody know what that stage is called?
Nope.
After it's
I'm a
warm.
newbie.
Let's see if anybody knows. Anybody in there knows? Come on.
When you said what the bucket, it reminded me of my 3-year-old. She started when she was 2. She started saying, "What the?"
Marissa got it. It's fermentation. Yes, this is the fermenter. Just a simple bucket can serve as a fermenter. If you do get into brewing, don't ever screw around with the carboys, though. Don't go to the plastic ones with the upside down tip lids. Go with the all glass ones. That's the only way to really ever get them clean. And it's disgusting if you can't get them clean. Your beer will never taste good.
It's kind of like that juicing thing. You don't clean the juicer, then it tastes weird.
Yeah. I mean, it'll just like, and if you ever make like a, I know that you'd think the S tube you can get it out, but for some reason with that plastic, like this plastic, you can get everything out. Like I don't ever make berry beers, but if I did, I could even do it in this and then into this, and I could still obviously I would clean it the first time, even though it would be cleaned again before using. But the first time I would clean it so that it had no smell, scent, flavor, nothing to it. It would be. I think a lot of people just they finish the beer and they don't like to clean it, and so they do like one of these. Okay, it's clean, and then they're like, "I'll just clean it next time I want to make beer," which it's actually the opposite way. You need to and get this thing clean when you're done, and then you still need to do a clean when you want to make the next batch just to get dust out. But it should be on based on the fact that you did get it spotless clean the first. So it's not like I didn't really clean it the first. You're doing it because you did it so clean. But cleanliness is like most of obviously, good ingredients, but cleanliness of your equipment is the key in brewing. So if you guys are wondering, I'm just getting this extra clean. This is going to be my fermenter. Let some of that acetone go into the Denver water system. Oh man, Tony, I don't know how it is where you are, but man, we have some of the gnarliest water here. Um, For those of you who are wondering what this bad boy is, this is a chiller. So you run the hose through one end, comes in through here, runs through all these coils, freezing water. You put it in, and it cools your wort down as quickly as it can be cooled down. So, really good tool to have. You can pick these up, one of these pretty cheap. You can actually make one of these actually, probably for about $15 in parts at Home Depot. right, I'm cleaning this out. I'm going to let this get to bone dry. And then when that beeps, we're going to have 10 minutes left where I have to put in the last of the ingredients. So I've added the hops, and I've got to add a couple things with 10 minutes left. And then we will move it to ice to get it down to 70 degrees temperature as quickly as possible. Right off the thing after it's done cooking, we'll move it right into the sink of ice, and then we will and then we'll be putting it into here we'll have 2 gallons of water already in this because we started with 2.5 to cook with. So we'll pour the cooked 2.5 into here, and then if whatever it's short, you can top off with cold water. Um, and then you're gonna mix it around, and then you're going to put the yeast on, aerate it a little bit, and then I'm gonna put the fermenter cap on. You guys will see that, and that will be where this ends. And then in a couple weeks, I will be moving it to this, which is just a transfer of putting a siphon hose in here. Siphon, it'll go into here. I'll probably put a 1-minute video out for those of you who are interested, because I'm saving all these videos and stuff because I'm doing a little project where I'm going to try and get this down to like an 8-minute piece. I'm just here live with you guys for fun. But yeah, so this, whatever's in this fermenter after 2 weeks of fermenting, once the little bubbler cap stops bubbling, uh, then you kind of know you're within the last 3 days. So about the first 2 days it won't, then it will for about 8 days, 9 days, depending on the beer. And then once it stops, you give it another couple days. So usually about 2 weeks. Then you go from fermenter 1 into carboy, and then another 2 weeks in carboy before bottling. And all of these, the day of bottling, I'll do another live stream because that's constant action, and I cause a huge disaster around this place. So you'll see, you'll see how it goes. It'll be as clean as I started today, but it'll end nasty, and there's just not an easy way for me to do it. I just don't have the money to have professional equipment, so I'm showing you guys the way to have the best beer in the world for using things, building things yourself using buckets. I mean, using 5-gallon buckets. Building coolers for, instead of buying them for $150, build them for 20. And get away from the things you don't need. There's a few things I like to have, like my Gravity one, and I like to have an alcohol tester so I can see what the percentage is. That's probably one of the items I've put the most money into, is the actual tester, because it's extremely accurate. Just realized what's happening.
Of course, Steve, you add me on when I'm talking to the person.
What's that?
I said you added me back in when I'm talking to the person I'm dropping pizza off to. This para tip predictor has been on point on the 2 deliveries I've done.
Yeah. Is it exact? It should be exact.
The first 2 I've done, yeah, was exact.
David was being nice the other day when he said that it was running, whatever, 95 to 100. I'd call it 100. I'd call it 99.99. Or no, I guess you know what? I guess I take that back because they're not all being sent through either. So
Yeah, I gotta make my wife use the Android phone when she's doing this stuff.
you got to do what?
So I have to make my wife use the Android phone when she's doing this stuff, so she can use Gary's app.
All right. My dog's ready to kill somebody right now. My lens.
I think I gotta set my iPad up in the car so I can do this StreamYard stuff on there. So when people call me, it doesn't mess up my stream.
What's up, Paul, my gang? What's up, Ryan?
I did just get a DoorDash pizza bag from Papa John's.
You just got a what? A DoorDash?
Pizza bag.
Oh.
They're kind of crappy.
Yeah. Shocker. So is their business model.
Yeah.
I don't know why you expected anything different.
Well, like the Grubhub bag, the straps don't like tilt to one side. The DoorDash one, the straps like when you grab them in the middle, it tilts the bag towards like the back of the bag, so it's not straight when you're carrying it.
Right.
Like I don't know who tested that design, but they were pretty bad at their quality assurance testing. All right, Steve, I'm gonna drop off here, and I got a
All
couple
right,
phone
man.
calls to make. All right, good
I'm
job
just gonna
making
keep
that
going at
brew.
this. Yeah.
Catch you on
Later,
the
man.
later on your later stream.
Yeah, I'll be in from one thing to the next. I'll just have to do a quick clothes change.
All right,
All right, man.
peace.
Have a good one. Oh my god, you're breaking bag with Hank's models. You know, that's funny you say that because I've been doing this for years, man. And I've even actually years ago I worked in Boulder at Oasis Brewery when it was still around, and I worked under the brewmaster there. This is aside from all my years of bartending and everything else, but um, I did that for a while, and he taught me the right way, and I've never had an issue with any of my beers until either the last batch or two batches ago. I had them all on this table, and like there was, I had some really nice 1 gallon growlers. They were these, I mean, they were beautiful. And like I was back in my bedroom and I heard this boom, and I came out and the thing had exploded. And then like two of the other bottles did, but not like that big one. And that was the first time I'd ever used gallons. So um, I don't use them anymore. I use the half gallons at most when I'm doing bottling, unless I move to doing kegging, because kegging's pretty easy, but I like to have bottles hanging away. So I do a lot of just 12-ounce bottles. I also do like what I call random finds. If you guys ever see these, remember these old Kolsch like tops, these Kolsch beer tops. Um, so I'll go find like these at like antique stores or whatever. You know, like this is a bottle from France. You know, and how much is it? Or like how much does it hold? It's some odd amount. So I don't really care. It's not like you can like sometimes all of my beers are in different size bottles, but I try and put them in these more unique ones than doing just like these, you know, or I even have some of the growler tops. What would cause the explosion? The only thing that I can think of is that so after you go to from from the wort to the fermenter, and then you move it into the carboy, and when you pull it from the carboy, you have to make a priming for the bucket you're going to be bottling out of. So you have to, it's a sugar priming. You have to put like a sugar in and just a little bit of sugar. So maybe if you got that wrong, that's the only thing I could think of was maybe your water to sugar ratio on that very last stage before bottling. Because what you do is you boil that, and then you boil a little bit of water and a very little and a little bit of sugar and you and priming sugar, and then you put it in the bottom of like a bucket. You use one of these buckets that has one of these side holes with a, you can just cut it out, whatever, and then you make one of those dispensers. And so before you ever siphon it from this into this to bottle, you boil some priming sugar, you put that in, you're supposed to let it completely cool to room temperature before you siphon this in. And the only thing I can think of is that maybe I didn't do that one. Maybe it wasn't the full cool it should have had, but I don't think so, man. I put so much. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what Hollis though, because I put so much time into my brewing that I wouldn't screw it up at the last stage with all the hours that goes into cleaning and everything. Like, oh yeah, it's good enough. Like, but maybe I did. Maybe I overlooked it and just kind of got too comfortable because I was making. Actually, the last time I made beer was I was making a few batches for my friend's wedding anniversary before we went up to see him, and so I did have a few batches going. Um, so it could have been guessing a weakness in the glass. Steve, you are assuming someone tested the design. I don't even know what's going on here. Sorry, guys. Oh, hey, what's up, Truth? Marissa asked about the percentage. I don't know what this one's going to come out to be honest. The book says, what does the book say? The book, the book says 6.2, and for a Saison, that's pretty good. Um, but this is a recipe I haven't made before. It's not the one that you've had, Marissa. It's not the one that we had for the Kranos anniversary. That's the one I'm going to make next because that was a little easier to make. And since this was a new recipe, I thought I'd do this one first. But we'll see. I have my testing one, and I also got my, hopefully. Here it is. Now you can hear me. I'm not repeating any of that. That was good shit too, man. I was giving you guys good advice, bro. I basically just ran through how I'm gonna make the other batch later. You still lost your sound? You got it now, don't you? Come on. Yeah, it shows it on now. Are you guys hearing me now? Somebody put a thumbs up in there, man. Okay. So I was just telling you guys that I'm gonna do the other batch after because I got this other thing going, this other live stream. I've got a really hectic week because of spring breaks coming up. But so I was trying to fit this in. Now it's like this whole thing. But I was telling you how to do all this kind of stuff cheap. I'll put it all in the show notes too. Like you don't need to go to the brewing stores to get a lot of this stuff. It's good to go to there to get your um, especially if you have a local one to get your ingredients. But like you can get pretty much everything at Home Depot, and then you'll upgrade some things like a good wand. I can't believe I was showing you guys all that and you weren't even fucking hearing me. Um, yeah. Oh, damn, that had been a while too. So I'm coming up on the end though, where I'm going to put in the last 10 minutes of the cook, and then it'll go to ice, and then to fermenter and be done, at least for 2 weeks. Uh, so I'm going to be adding some. I'm going to put in an ounce of lemon hops pellets. I'm going to put in my dried malt, and I'm going to cook in 3 minutes. I'm going to put that in. I'm going to boil another 10 with those, and then I'm going to put in, and then I'm going to stop it, pull it from the heat, and I'm going to put in another ounce of the lemon drop hot pellets because it'll still kick off real quickly. But you want it to go in about the same time as you're going to go into the ice. So okay, so first in goes the dried malt extract that we're going to use here for this one. You guys, this stuff bunches up real quick, almost like immediately out of the bag. So you got to you got to hit it with a spoon almost immediately. Otherwise, you'll watch it turn into these foam pieces on top of the water, and you'll still be able to get rid of them, but it won't be. You'll have too much sediment. You're already going to have sediment at the bottom of these bottles when we're all said and done, but you'll have too much if you don't get this down right now. So then I did while I'm stirring that, I'm just gonna flake in the lemon hops. Set my timer. Go 8 minutes. When this beeps, I'll put in the last. Be pulling it from the heat. I'll put in the last of the hops, and then I'm gonna need some ice. Do not add water to the ice. Yeah. So I've got 6 minutes left on my second to last stage of this, and then the last stage is with 0 time, and then I move to the ice. So I'm turning it back to medium high in Colorado. I have a double burner going, so if I would turn it to medium high to medium if you're not at 5,000 feet or above. So if you live at sea level like most of the country, we're not far from it, but we live at a mile high, so it does affect our cooking a little bit. I can't believe I said all that stuff and nobody was listening. Oh, and it won't even record on the StreamYard because I had it muted. Also, whenever you're brewing, as often as you can, wash your hands. So treat it like the beginning of the pandemic when they said this mattered. All right, so we're gonna go with the last of the hops. I'm gonna drop it now. And never, ever, ever let your hand touch the yeast. That you want to like wipe the yeast bag off and very careful handle it. That'll be the last thing I'll do here. Okay. So usually this is the part where I would use the wort cooler, this thing, but I am cleaning it for the next batch because I want to have both ways done for the video I'm gonna make. So, um, hey, what's up, Monroe? Um, so this one that'll help me cool it down way quicker than the ice will. But the ice is a way that works, so I'm trying to get that method in here too. So okay, so this is now the wort in ice. Don't add water because obviously this very hot pan will will make water just moving around the ice. Otherwise, you're going to burn down your ice too quick. But you got to get it down as quickly as you can from the minute you get it off here at about 170, 165 to 175 degrees. You got to get it down to 100 degrees as quick as possible. So ice works. That's why I'm using this method with this. but then when I do the other one later, the wort cooler works probably 3 times faster. It's kind of like the boil on the Dark Star 2.0 compared to this. I think every time I just happen every time I pull it out. That's crazy, man. Sorry, guys. I'm not used to using these like this on StreamYard, and when I pull them out, they go to mute. But when I put them back in, unlike my other mic, it doesn't go back to sound. What's up, Lisa? Luckily, I'll be recording the other brew too, and then I'll when I do the 8 minute piece, it will be put together from the two brews because I have two cooling methods. Um, so I'll make sure that all the content flows so you can get any information you want on first how to move beyond just making kits that cost too much money and you really don't get to do much and play with the recipes at all to moving ahead to like a more advanced book of recipes and trying some out, but how you can get into that with pretty much next to nothing and it will work great. You can always improve your equipment that'll speed up times on some things or that will help. Absolutely. And there's always bigger toys, just like everything. But you can do this with just, some pretty basic stuff. I've got some other stuff in there I'm not pulling out, but it's just been gradual ads. So, um, yeah, so it's not cool yet. I will be right back. I'm going to go check on my dog who's been outside for a long time. Because until I have this in the thing, I can't have my dog in here. Okay, guys, I'll be back in just a second, and I won't forget to unmute. We'll put this guy in. Now you can mix it by aerating it a bit like this. Not too hard, but just hard enough. Mix it the yeast a little because it's no longer a spoon or anything when you touch it. The yeast is just the beer. Alright, and these two are evening out. So you can see that they'll even up and they'll form a little bit of water on the bottom of this and this. Now within 12 hours, this should start slowly percolating a bubble through here, but out here we hear it and see it. And then within 24 hours, it should be going like pretty much a bubble every few seconds. And then it'll slow down, and about 10 days, yeah, it might even come to a full stop. Depends on the batch. With this batch, even when it stops, I wouldn't just wait 2 days. I'd actually wait 2 weeks. But I will be watching this because if any point this stops bubbling or doesn't start bubbling hard by tomorrow, then something went wrong. And then I need to check the seal again. There's not a lot you can do if you're not getting, if it's air seal. This one is. Yeah, this is sealed. Oh. So that's it. That's that batch. Now I got to clean, make another batch, do the thing where I use the wort cooler and stuff next time. But before that, I got a live stream coming up in half hour. So I got to change my clothes and pretend like I'm professional here for a minute. Thanks for joining me, guys. Smack the like button or don't. But I'll put in all the notes for the time I was muted out, and the piece I put together will be like 8 minutes total. So if you guys are interested in brewing, I'll show you how to go beyond just basic brewing and move into your own recipes, which is much cheaper. And just in case you guys don't know, this isn't just my recipe book. It's my recipe book I'm going to turn over to my son when he's 21 years old. So I'm going to give this to him. He's watched me brew for many years. He will have all of our recipes. So, thanks, guys. And I'll see you in a half hour if you care about your taxes. Okay. Peace.